What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliott Delp.
Sparky.
Back again like you never left. And today we're going to be doing a review on the Ruger PCC chambered in 9mm. Now this is the tactical version and the cool Gucci one that you can take apart and shove in random spots. And this is a rifle, so you know, keep that in mind, as that plays a big part into the review and kind of our overall opinions of this thing. As Sparky will probably mention a lot throughout this video, this is basically
a beefy 1022.
Yeah, it's a beefy 1022 that is chambered in 9mm, which really fits the PCC role, which we have been doing a little bit of here on the channel. We've done the Vector, we've done the MP5, we've done the AKV, and a handful of little 9mm ARs. And the Kel-Tec Sub 2000, yes. I forgot we did that one too.
That's an old one.
That was an old one as well. So this is kind of like Ruger's Kel-Tec Sub 2000. It is their compact 9mm sub, because you know the Kel-Tec kind of does that weird thing.
It folds in half.
So this does break apart. As you can see here, we have it in two different pieces. We have the main, you know, I guess fire control group, chassis, everything. And then we have the barrel, which is a 16-inch barrel. So before we kind of dive into any of this, we do need to give a few disclaimers. Ruger did not send this out to us. We actually picked this up on our own dime. So keep that in mind. We just wanted to review this and thought it'd be something cool. Second is you need to make sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this content. It helps us out a ton. Go leave a comment down below what your favorite PCC is and what we should review next. And then last but not least, if you like this build, if you like to see what it is, go check us out at basementoperator.com. There you can find all different types of stuff, cool stuff that we can't really tell you about, and then stickers as well as merchandise. So, you know, there's our spiel. Sparky, let's get right into it and shoot this a little bit. What do you say?
Yeah, might as well. It's warming up a little bit this morning.
Oh, yeah. All right, Sparky, you going to be my beeper today?
Sure, I love being a beeper.
Oh, yeah.
Shooter ready?
Shooter's somewhat ready.
Beep.
I only missed like 3 times. I mean, that thing's awesome to shoot. Recoil's next to nothing. Muzzle rise is like next to nothing. Ta-da! Sparky, you want to give her a go?
Sure.
Tell me what you think. Like I said, when it comes to like recoil, muzzle rise, all that great stuff, it's just a blessing to shoot, really. All right, put on safety, Sparky, and I'll give you a beeper.
All right.
Ready?
Sure, you're ready.
Beep! Well, you didn't hit any of those last ones.
There was a see how fast we can get them.
Oh, yeah. What do you think?
I like it. You're definitely talking about how there's like no muzzle climb. I mean, one, it's 9mm. Right. But this thing, the weight of it is what does
very
that.
Front heavy.
Because you got nothing back here.
Right.
Which some people may or may not like, but with it being 9mm and all the weight being up front, there's definitely no muzzle climb whatsoever.
Run another one.
We're here, aren't we?
We are here, aren't we?
We all know Sparky likes them top heavy.
That's right.
Oh.
That's right.
All right. Beep. I mean, just a blessing to shoot.
I mean, the net malfunction you had a minute ago was like, as long as we've had this thing, that's the only malfunction I've ever seen it have.
Yeah, and it could be dirty mag, or you know, this is the Pro Mag, so we all know how we feel about Pro Mag.
That's right.
Yeah.
You'd rather have the mag pulls.
Yeah, mag pulls or one. This one was an actual Glock mag. I mean, just a great thing to shoot. And ammo, you know, supported by True Shot, so we got to give a big shout out to them. They always keep the 9mm flowing here on the channel. So if you want to go check out True Shot, head on over to basementoperator.com/links. They're at the very top. Go check them out. You can find everything there at True Shot. And if you use code DELP, save you a little bit of a moolah. And right now, actually, True Shot has $25 shipping on everything up to a $1,000 order.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. So go check out True Shot, and then Sparky, I think it's time we talk about it. Talk about this thing a little bit more. All right, so now that we did a little bit of shooting on it, Sparky, let's go tip to butt. like old Daddy G Thumb does, and talk a little bit about this setup. We're going to go over everything from the optics and stuff, you know, to the general stuff on this build. You do have a full-length M-LOK rail that covers a 16-inch cold hammer forge fluted 9mm barrel. So, you know, you get the great benefits of having a cold hammer forged barrel is, you know, longevity, accuracy, all that great stuff. Even though we did not shoot this thing for accuracy, you could when we were shooting, you could hear steel out. We had this thing zeroed at like about 30 or 40 yards. That's probably how far that furthest steel is from us. So we just have this thing as a kind of, you know, closer range shooter.
Yeah. Which that's all you're really going to use it for. I mean, you're just going to, this is like this, we'll talk about later, but if you're just going to plink with it or home defense, that's
yeah, I mean, that's all you need.
You're not zeroing this thing in to shoot
100 yards,
yeah,
like 9mm. That's just not practical.
It'll do it, but like,
it's not practical.
It's not what it's meant for.
Yeah, exactly. So moving further back, we do run into a Picatinny piece here where the barrel meets the receiver. Now we come to kind of the big selling point of this is it does break apart at the conjunction of the barrel and the receiver. It does break down so that you can easily store it in bags or
behind your truck seat.
Behind your truck seat. Wherever you need to store it that you might not be able to store a full-length firearm. And that's kind of the big selling point to this. Like I had mentioned, it is the direct competitor to the Kel-Tec Sub 2000 and whatever Smith & Wesson's version is. Hold on a minute.
FPC?
Yep, the FPC, the Smith & Wesson FPC. So while we're talking about its competitors, maybe it's a good time to bring up price point. This thing does MSRP for about 750 bucks.
Not cheap.
Not cheap. It's actually the most expensive out of the two mentioned. I think the FPC is like $700 and the Kel-Tec's like
$399,
$5 and some dirt. So, I mean, it is the more pricey option, but maybe it's made up for it in terms of Ruger's, you know, track record.
You're getting that Ruger quality. You're getting that name of Ruger.
Yeah.
Like, they don't normally put their name on bad stuff, which I guess now that I say that, I can think of a few things that were not too good from Ruger. But
well, I'm thinking of the Rugers that I've shot. So I have a Ruger Predator I like, the Ruger Precision I like. I think it's a good shooting gun.
1022s.
Yeah, I have a 1022. I actually have a Ruger AR-15. I've been fairly pleased with all of those products that I've had from Ruger.
All the Ruger pistols.
I don't own any Ruger pistols.
You don't have a Black Hawk hiding somewhere?
No, I don't. Oh. So I can't really attest to those. But to the Ruger products I do have, I have been pleased with them. And that's why I haven't really shied away from other Ruger products because I've been, you know, I've been happy with them. Yeah. So moving back through the receiver, you do have a lot of 1022 functionality, like the safety and I guess
trigger similar.
Yeah, the trigger similar. It's not the same trigger, but similar. Moving to the bolt and the mag release, they are ambidextrous. You'll have to switch them yourself. But it can be done.
Yeah, they're not necessarily ambidextrous in this configuration, but you can swap between left and right.
Yeah, you can do the left and right swap, which is nice. You know, and then moving back, you had mentioned, you know, you can change your Ruger pistol grip.
Because it's a regular AR pistol.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you know, moving to Magpul or B5 would probably be a little bit better. This is one of the things I don't necessarily like the most is a Ruger grip.
Yeah.
But it's
better than like your plain Jane A2 style.
Yeah, your plain Jane A2 style stuff. Moving up here, we have a Picatinny rail that bridges the top. You know,
I like that this is made into the receiver.
Yes.
This is not like just, you know, they got tapped a couple little screws in it and you just clipped everyone you want onto it. It
comes with it.
Comes with it.
We do have a Holosun 403B up on top. Holosun, I mean, it's a cheap $100, $150 red dot.
That's all you need.
While shooting this, I did realize it is mounted a little bit low.
Needs a riser.
Needs a riser. Shame on Elliott for that one, but it is what it is. Moving further back, we have a QD point here on either side, which is really nice so that you don't necessarily have to mount it to the stock. And we also have a Sylvan Arms one up here for, you know, mounting a sling here into the other side. Moving further back, actually I don't know why I put it up because I'm now about to talk about it. We did swap out the original Ruger stock. I wasn't a big fan of it, even though it's very similar to this. This one is a Strike Industries dual folder, so you can fold it to either side, which is really nice. I'm a big fan of it.
You're a big both ways guy.
Oh yeah. Okay. This thing is great for the like PDW build we did, and then I thought this would fit perfectly on this setup. So one of the reasons I like this is obviously being able to go compact, but then also having the functionality of having your QD points here on the back of the stock. The only thing I don't really like about it, it doesn't allow for, you know, you to really change the length of pull any. And then I also think a cheek riser would be nice.
Yeah, you need to add a cheek riser.
Yeah,
because
it's one of those things.
Yeah, but the benefit to this, like I said, is, you know, being able to fold it up to store it more compactly. But when you do that, you're losing a ton of weight.
Yeah,
so it makes it a little more unbalanced. But I mean, it kind of is what it is. But the benefit to that is no muzzle climb because all your weight's in the front.
Right, and I think that's a perfect segue. What would this actually be used for? Why would somebody buy this versus that? I know you kind of had a more, I don't want to say dogmatic, but a more critical approach to this setup versus other Ruger PCC. Like this is the tactical version. You can buy a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, like the one that came out like in 2017 was like the full size stock. Like it was the full length rifle stock, and it was still a takedown model, but it was much heavier.
Yeah.
Which I liked it a lot, and it was like just a beefier 1022. It just felt like a heavy 1022, and I like that version better. As far as if you just want to just have one around the house just to plink around with.
Right.
But if, like I said, if you're wanting to do more of the, you know, have a rifle that you can carry with you very compactly, this is the way to go. Because you got, you know, you can put the folding style stock and
I think that's the big thing here is you're wanting a rifle.
That's compact.
Yeah, that's compact. I think that personally, and you had mentioned this earlier, and I tend to agree with you, more compact PCCs are probably, in my opinion, what I would go with over this. I mean, you know, AR-15s, the chambered in 9mm, AKV, all of those can have adaptions to, you know, wall folders and stuff like that to really make them compact and small, and then you don't have to worry about fumbling with your barrel or your receiver in time of need.
It's one of the things where, you know, in the time of need when you have to use it, don't miss.
Yeah.
But then again, if you're carrying an AR-15 chamber in 9mm, you're probably gonna take it apart too.
Yeah.
You're gonna take the upper from the lower and store it that way.
Well, unless it has a really short barrel. So I'm thinking,
6 or an 8.
Well, I'm thinking like the Diamondback, the old Diamondback we had.
Yeah.
You put a law folder on that. That thing will get really tiny. But the benefit to this is legality side of things.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about SBR, pistol braces.
Yeah, and it's just it's a rifle. It'll be a rifle. And you don't have to ever worry about keeping up with any of the laws. Also, on the total flip side of kind of buying this for protection and all that, it's actually a really fun shooter.
Oh, it's so much fun.
You know, PCCs in general are just enjoyable to, you know, shoot, have fun with. You can shoot quick.
You can afford to shoot them for the most part.
Yeah, exactly. And there's just a lot of benefits in general, I think, to owning a 9mm PCC. And I think this is a good, reliable one. It's been fun to shoot. We've had really good luck with it. It's very similar to your 1022, like you say, beefy 1022. So if you're familiar with a 1022 platform, which most people are, most people have a 1022 because they're like $200-300.
Yeah,
something like that.
Grew up shooting those.
Exactly. It's a very easy transition into a little bit larger caliber.
Sure. And another benefit is going back to it being a rifle. You have all this room on the handguard for lights, which you shouldn't need a whole lot, but you have the option to do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with it.
Now, if you had the 6-inch version or had a 6-inch version,
you wouldn't be able to do as much.
You wouldn't be able to do as much with it. And for some people, they might like the fact that, you know, you can get that full grip. You can get that full grip on it, you know, that's in the way, but like you can get a little better grip on it. If you had a much shorter one, you're gonna be holding it more in here. So it kind of depends on your style, what you want.
Yeah. One thing we forgot to mention, Sparky, is magazines.
Yes.
We didn't even talk about that.
Big point there.
So one of the benefits that I've found with this one is it does come with the ability to swap out the mag well to accept Glock mags or Ruger mags. So, you know, if you have a ton of Glock mags sitting around, like we do with Pro Mag, Magpul, Glock, you know, all these different brands,
they'll run just fine.
It'll accept it, and that's I think that's a very important and crucial thing to talk about when considering, you know, your PCC choice is what kind of magazines it takes. Proprietary magazines suck; they're typically very expensive.
Well, but if you're a diehard Ruger guy, you might have a bunch of Ruger mags.
Yeah, that's true too. But we have Glocks, and a lot of the other PCCs we have
Run Glock.
run Glock mags. So I mean, that was kind of one of the, I guess, nice things about this, because I'm thinking off the top of my head, the Vector, the AR9s. So it's just a very easy thing to do and for us to use. So Sparky, in a conclusive stance, what would you say to somebody that asked you about this? Would you tell them to go get this, or would you tell them to go get like an AKV or something different?
If they wanted a rifle to get to skirt around all the legality aspects of it, this would be one of the ones I'd recommend, because it's most
a beefy 1022.
It's a beefy 1022. The thing shoots great. You get all the options with the handrail. You can swap out to whatever stock you kind of want to run, a folder or whatever. You can put out whatever AR style grip you want on it. So you just got a bunch of options. And the fact that you run Glock mags, like you said, is a big selling point to me. So I would not have an issue recommending this to somebody.
Do you think the price is
a little up there?
But I mean, think about the other stuff. Like an AKV is $1,000.
Well, okay, good point. But I don't know.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
It's kind of tough. I mean, it's not bad, but like when you're thinking about I don't know. And I think
would you tell somebody to spend $250 more and get an AKV?
I would kind of lean that way, but then they have to buy all the mags for it, and they want to have. Then they're going to have that shorter barrel, but it's just going to depend on what they want.
I think, well said. I think it's really about what you want. Like I said, if you're a diehard wanting that rifle, and then you want to like bag this gun or put it and concealed carry it, I think that this is probably a really good option. I'd recommend this over the Kel-Tec.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
We don't have an FPC, so we can't attest to that. Maybe that's something we'll get. But I think out of rifle length PCCs, this has been my favorite. Now we've only had 2, so I mean,
yeah,
but this is better than the Kel-Tec in my opinion. So I think in conclusion, it's a really nice rifle. I think it does really well, it shoots really well, and I think overall I've been very pleased with it. If you found this video useful, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Go follow Sparky on Instagram. He's going to start posting.
Yeah, I might post something.
You need to do your yearly post. And we'll see you guys on the next one. As always, take someone outdoors. Peace.
Bye, Mom.
Filming? My hair look okay?